Hi, my name is Christopher Chapman. This is my informative speech for GM Public Speaking class. And I will discuss different types of kitchen cutlery and their uses. In this presentation, I will give a brief overview of different types of knives, their common uses, basically using the right knife for the right job. Me personally, I do enjoy a good sharp knife. And as most of you probably know, the most injuries related to the dullest knives. The sharpest knives are less likely to cause injuries. So the sharper your knife, the better results, and less likely to cause injuries. I'd like to discuss a little bit about my collection. I have different types of knives, from chopping to slicing to even some of the larger sushi type knives, 11, 12, 13-inch long blades. I also have a few meat cleavers and a whole multitude of different types of paring knives and smaller knives. First, I'd like to I like to go into different types of knives and their uses. First, I'm going to talk about chopping knives. This is my favorite knife. This is a 7-inch Santoku knife. This is for chopping or chef's knives. These are usually 7 or 9 inches long, but some vary. There are some smaller knives, different types of knives out there that are too used for chopping, such as this one, which is 4 inches. It too is a chopping knife. Next, I will discuss cleavers, some meat cleavers. This is an example of a meat cleaver. It's a thicker blade, go through frozen objects or bone or things like that. They come in all different shapes and sizes as well too. But the key thing is those you typically have a thicker blade, used for more forceful cutting or chopping. Next, I'll go into slicing knives. This is a good slicing knife, and you can see it's got a bunch of aerated edges, but it's sticking like for cheeses or something that's soft. But these are for cheeses or maybe something that's soft or smaller objects. You can slice right through, just as if you were cutting one knife through butter. This category also includes things like sushi knives or fish knives. This is a sushi knife. It's got a heavy shoulder, real sharp blade, great for thinly cutting meats or thinly cutting fish. Next, I'd like to talk about paring knives. Paring knives are much smaller, ideal for things to cut in your hand without cutting yourself. These knives are typically very sharp, but also very short too. Usually smaller fruits and vegetables in your hand, cut things in your hand. And next, I'll go into bread. I'd like to cover bread knives or serrated knives. Bread knives or serrated knives have teeth on the ends of them, have fine teeth on the end, make nice smooth cuts on breads or anything that you might need a serrated knife for. But primarily use these knives for bread because they're serrated edges. That's a brief overview of different types of knives. There's many more knives out there. I've just basically tapped the surface. That's some common knives and their common uses, and also knives I have in my household kitchen. In conclusion, the sharp knife is the best knife. The sharp knife is also a knife that's going to keep you safe. Dull knives prevent more injuries than the other type of knives. But one of the key things to know is using and having the right knife for the right job. And in the end, you'll produce the best results for your food.